As the world spins faster, demanding more and throwing chaos in every direction, most men chase peace in the wrong places. They seek comfort when they should forge resilience. They dodge pain when they must learn from it. They flee the storm when they need to stand unshaken in its fury. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of the ancient world, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He penned these words not from a life of luxury, but while leading an empire, waging wars, facing plagues, and enduring personal loss. Yet, he discovered an unbreakable core within himself. That's what I want for you. In this video, I'll share 8 practical exercises, not empty platitudes or quick fixes, but time-tested principles to help you stop crumbling under pressure and start turning it into fuel for growth. These concepts have lifted men not just past stress, but to rise stronger from it. The man you are right now, carrying whatever burdens weigh on you, already holds the seeds of invincibility. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't wait for the storm to pass. The storm is your path. The struggle is your forge, and pain is your mentor. But here's the hard truth. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. So, I need you to do more than listen. Like this video, if you're ready to commit to forging a stronger you. Comment with the pressure you're battling. Your honesty might lift another man up. Share this with someone who needs it. Subscribe and walk this path with me. Every part of this video matters. Take a deep breath. We're about to forge something unbreakable. Write in the comments, "I refuse to break. I'm becoming unshakable." First, don't just cope, master your darkness. Most men waste their lives merely surviving stress, anxiety, and pain, building distractions and excuses to avoid it. But here's the truth, just coping keeps you in survival mode. Mastering your struggles transforms you. Seneca, who faced exile, betrayal, and the shadow of death, wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor strengthens the body." He wasn't preaching ease, he was teaching power. He knew adversity isn't something to manage, it's something to conquer. When stress crashes into your life, as it will, your instinct might be to dodge it, numb it, or wish it away. That instinct weakens you. Your darkness isn't your enemy, it's your forge. Think back to the last time life pushed you to your limits. A crushing deadline, a broken relationship, a moment you stood on the edge. Yet, you're still here. In that fire, you found something strength you didn't know you had. You found clarity, focus, and power. That wasn't luck. That was you, rising under pressure to a stronger version of yourself. Mastering your darkness doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means wielding it. It's shifting from "why is this happening to me" to "what is this teaching me?" When you feel overwhelmed, chest tight, thoughts racing, fear rising, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Then ask, what's the lesson here? Maybe it's time to face a truth you've avoided. Maybe it's time to change your approach. Whatever it is, see it as insight, not punishment. The ancient Stoics practiced memento mori, reflecting on death not to be grim, but to awaken, knowing time is finite. Every challenge becomes a test of character. Every storm becomes your stage for growth. Don't settle for just surviving. Master the storm. Face your darkness and let it sharpen you into something unbreakable. Write in the comments, "I master my darkness," and turn every challenge into strength. Second, control your first thought. Silence the weak voice within. Right now, as you hear these words, a voice in your head is judging, worrying, or criticizing. Most men believe that voice is them. They trust every thought. It whispers. That's a dangerous illusion. Marcus Aurelius wrestled with this too. In his private writings, he urged himself, confine yourself to the present. He understood most of our suffering comes not from reality, but from the stories we tell ourselves about it. That inner voice isn't your ally. It evolved to spot threats, to keep you safe. But in today's world, where growth is the measure, that voice becomes a cage. It whispers, I can't handle this. This is too hard. What if I fail? Others are better than me. This shouldn't be happening. Those aren't truths. They're programming. Weakness disguised as reason. But here's what most miss. You're not that voice. You're the one hearing it. And the listener has power. Your first thought matters because it sets the tone for everything that follows. When stress hits, your brain fires a quick, automatic, emotional thought. But between the trigger and your reaction lies a gap. In that gap is your freedom to choose. Here's your exercise. When pressure strikes, catch that first thought. Don't react, just notice it. There's the voice saying, I'm not enough. Pause it. Then choose a better thought. Not fake positivity, not lies, but something true and strong. I'm learning to handle this. This makes me tougher. What if I rise instead of fall? What if this is my turning point? The Stoics practiced this relentlessly. Today, we call it reframing. They called it mastering the mind, because how you interpret events shapes them. This isn't about denying pain. It's about refusing to let pain write your story. Now is when you become the editor of your thoughts, not their prisoner. That inner voice has run wild for years. It's time to fire it and hire a stronger one. Write in the comments, I control my thoughts and choose strength. Third, wield isolation as a weapon, not a prison. When life overwhelms, your first urge might be to seek comfort, vent, or hear someone say, it'll be okay. Connection is human and vital, but relying on others to manage your emotions is a weakness. Seneca wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. He found this truth in solitude, not distraction. In isolation, he didn't just survive, he became one of history's greatest thinkers. Isolation scares most men because it strips away distractions, cushions, and excuses. No one to blame, no one to lean on. That's terrifying. But here's what many miss: isolation is where legends are forged. It's where you meet the raw, unfiltered you, when no one's watching or cheering. Think of the greats, the writer alone with his thoughts, the athlete training while the world sleeps, the entrepreneur building quietly while others party, the student grinding while peers scroll. Isolation isn't absence, it's self-reliance in its purest form. The difference between a prison and a weapon is intent. Forced isolation feels like a cage, lonely, bitter, suffocating. Chosen isolation is a blade, powerful, clear, empowering. Start small. Dedicate 1 hour daily to intentional solitude. No phone, no music, no noisy. Just you and your mind. At first, you'll want to bolt. Your brain will scream for escape. But that discomfort is the fire forging your resilience. On the other side is a man who doesn't need validation, doesn't crave constant noise to feel alive, and stands tall alone because he's learned to respect himself. Use isolation to audit your life. What's working, what isn't? What hard truths are you dodging? What dreams are waiting for you to fight for them? The strongest men aren't those who never feel alone. They're the ones who crave their own company, turning solitude into a sanctuary, a source of power. Your isolation isn't a flaw, it's a gift, a chance to build something unbreakable within. Don't flee it, wield it. Fourth, train under pressure. Never wait for calm. Most men treat pressure like an enemy, waiting for the storm to pass before they grow. They delay dreams until life feels easier, postpone good habits until they have more time. They're saying, "I'll be strong when I don't need to be." That mindset keeps them weak forever. Epictetus knew better. Born a slave, he could have waited for freedom or better conditions. Instead, he used every hardship as a training ground. He said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." He didn't wait for perfect circumstances to think like a free man. He forged his mind in chains. Pressure isn't the opposite of growth, it's the crucible for it. Just as muscles don't grow in comfort but in challenge, your character doesn't strengthen in ease but in struggle. The pressure you resist is the raw material your spirit needs. Here's how to train under it. When work overwhelms, practice calm. When money's tight, practice gratitude. When criticized, practice letting go. When exhausted, practice discipline. Most men do the opposite when stressed. They drop good habits. When tired, they skip workouts. When anxious, they avoid tough talks. When overwhelmed, they neglect self-care. They let pressure shrink them. Champions see it differently. They know the game isn't won in perfect practice, but in the final moments when everything's on the line, they don't succeed despite pressure. They succeed because of it. Redefine every stressful moment as a drill. Traffic jam, train patience. Annoying coworker, master emotional control. Financial strain, honed resourcefulness. Illness, build resilience. Each challenge is a gym for your soul. The beauty of training under pressure is that it not only prepares you for future battles, it calms the ones you're fighting now. When you see stress as training, not torture, your nervous system relaxes. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start learning from life. Your rule: never waste a crisis. Never waste pressure. Never waste hardship. Use every challenge to become the man you aspire to be. Don't wait for peace after the storm. Become the storm. Those who thrive under pressure aren't lucky, they're forged. Years of turning setbacks into opportunities. Pressure points into power. Don't wait for perfect conditions to be great. Start building resilience now, with what you've got. Write in the comments, "I train under pressure and grow stronger." Fifth, make pain pay rent. Turn every blow into strength. Pain will come to your door, invited or not. The real question isn't whether you'll face failure, betrayal, or loss. It's whether you let pain squat in your mind or make it pay for its space by turning it into something useful. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He didn't just endure pain, he transformed it into wisdom that's guided men for 2,000 years. Most let pain diminish them. wearing it like a badge, defining themselves by what happened, not how they faced it. They become professional victims, carrying wounds like armor. But that armor makes them fragile, not strong. There's another path, the path of the unbreakable. When pain arrives, you don't deny it or downplay it. You certainly don't let it settle in for good. You acknowledge it. You feel it fully. Then ask the critical question, how do I use this to grow stronger? Every betrayal teaches discernment and the value of loyalty. Every failure builds resilience and reveals what doesn't work. Every loss clarifies what matters most. Every rejection forges perseverance and proves your worth isn't tied to others' opinions. Here's how pain pays rent. First, feel it fully. Don't rush past or suppress it. Sit with the discomfort. It teaches you your capacity. Most men fear their own pain, but when you stop running, you realize you're tougher than you thought. Second, extract the lesson. What's this experience trying to teach you? Maybe it's boundaries you need to set, habits you keep repeating, or skills you've overlooked. Pain always carries a message. Your job is to decode it. Third, use that lesson to serve others. Your deepest pain often fuels your greatest contribution. Those who've battled depression can guide others to hope. Those who've overcome betrayal can teach trust. Those who've lost everything can show what truly matters. This isn't toxic positivity or pretending pain is good. Pain is pain, but refusing to let it make you wiser, stronger, and kinder. That's the real tragedy. Your scars aren't signs of weakness, they're proof of survival. Pain isn't your identity. It's your teacher. Don't let it define you. Let it refine you. Write in the comments, I turn every pain into strength. Sixth, act in silence. Let discipline speak for you. In a world loud with boasts, complaints, and small victories, the strongest men do the opposite. They work quietly and let results shout. Epictetus taught, for the most part, keep silent, or speak only what's necessary. In few words, he knew true strength doesn't need a crowd. Real progress doesn't crave applause. Transformation happens in quiet moments when no one's watching. Talking endlessly about plans tricks your brain into thinking you've already succeeded. Psychologists call it social reality. You get a dopamine hit from praise for intentions, sapping your drive to act. You become addicted to planning, not doing. Look around. The loudest about goals often move the slowest. They're busy curating an image, not building value. Silent discipline is different. It's waking at 5 a.m. to chase your dream while the world sleeps. It's saying no to distractions because your work matters more. It's choosing the hard path when no one's watching. No applause in sight. This doesn't mean being antisocial or secretive. It's about discerning what deserves public attention and what demands private focus. Your daily habits, inner work, and character growth need consistency, not spectators. There's immense power in keeping your most vital work to yourself. Without performing for others, you focus fully on the process. Without seeking approval, you decide based on what works, not what looks good. Without explaining yourself, you save energy for execution. Silence also shields your dreams from negativity. Some will try to tear you down or sow doubt. Act in silence. Train without posting every session. Build your career without boasting each step. Hone skills without chasing praise. Solve problems without airing struggles. When you speak, your words carry weight, backed by undeniable action. When you share, people listen, not because you talk, but because you do. Let discipline speak for you. Let results tell the story. Let your transformation be so profound that others wonder what changed, not because you told them, but because they see it in how you carry yourself. Stop performing growth, live it. The world needs fewer talkers and more doers. Write in the comments, my actions speak louder than my words. 7th, become dangerous to your old self. Your greatest enemy isn't outside, it's within. Not toxic people or bad luck, but the man you used to be, the one who made excuses, settled for average, chose a comfort over growth. That man still fights to survive inside you every day. Seneca nailed this inner battle when he wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, but like immortals in all that you desire." He wasn't just talking about fear or dreams, he was challenging us. We hesitate, procrastinate, live as if we have endless time to change, letting the old self win daily. The harsh truth, your old self must die daily. That version, with weak habits, low standards, and loud excuses, can't coexist with your future. You must be relentless, elevating your standards and persistence, making old habits foreign in your presence. This is the war between who you were and who you're becoming. If you don't actively dismantle your old self, it'll drag you back. This isn't about self-hate or denying your past. Your old self got you here, taught you lessons, survived trials, but surviving isn't enough anymore. You're not here to coast. You're here to become unbreakable. That means shedding every thought, excuse, and weakness that kept you small. Being dangerous to your old self means you can't waste hours scrolling mindlessly. Your time is sacred. You can't just complain without acting. Complaining feeds the ego. You can't break promises to yourself. Your word is your bond. The old self said, "I'll start tomorrow." The dangerous man starts today. The old self said, "I don't have time." The dangerous man makes time by cutting out the trivial. The old self said, "I'm not that kind of man." The dangerous man builds proof that he is. You refuse mediocrity in every area of life. If your health is average, you commit to making it exceptional. If your relationships are shallow, you deepen or end them. If your work feels meaningless, you find purpose or a new path. You measure your worth by actions, not intentions. The old self got praise for wanting to change. The dangerous man earns it for actually changing. You become your own toughest critic and greatest champion, discerning enough to spot flaws, bold enough to fix them. You stop explaining yourself to those stuck in their old selves. When old friends ask why you don't waste time like before, you don't justify you. Let results speak. When family questions your new standards, you don't argue, you prove them. Some cling to their old selves for comfort in stagnation. The danger in becoming dangerous to your old self is that the change is permanent. Raise your standards, and going back feels physically unbearable. That's cognitive dissonance. You can't hold old beliefs with new actions. Either your actions stall, or your beliefs evolve. The dangerous man ensures beliefs evolve. Others will notice. Some will say, "You've changed. You're different. Not the same." They're right, that's the point. Your old self can't carry what you're building. The new you can withstand any test. Don't try to improve the old self. Make it history. Build a new man. Write in the comments, I'm dangerous to my old self. Forging astronomy. 8th. Hold fast to an unbreakable why. When everything collapses, and it will, the only thing keeping you upright is knowing why you fight. Not shallow goals or fleeting motivation, but the deepest, most unshakable reason you strive to be unbreakable. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist, found this truth in the worst conditions imaginable. He wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." He saw men survive horrors not through physical strength, but because they had a purpose anchoring them. Most men's motivation is skin deep. They chase success for its shine, health for its appeal, discipline for its admiration. But when real trials hit exhaustion, slow progress, no one watching, those shallow reasons crumble like paper in a storm. Your unbreakable why transcends comfort, convenience, or fleeting desires. It's about the man you're becoming for those who rely on you, the example you set for those who look up to you, the legacy you leave for those who follow. Maybe it's for your kids, not just providing for them, but being a model of grit, never quitting, always growing, facing pressure with calm. Maybe it's for your parents, who sacrificed for you, and your strength honors their efforts. Maybe it's for the man you used to be, who needed the resilient you're becoming. Maybe it's for everyone who doubted you, and your resilience is your answer to their skepticism. Or for those who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Your transformation proves their faith wasn't misplaced. To find your why, ask, if I had 1 year left, what would I regret not becoming? Not what you didn't achieve, but the version of you you'd be ashamed to leave behind. What growth would you mourn not pursuing? Your why must move you when you think of it. It must matter so much that quitting feels impossible. When you're exhausted, that why fuels you. When you're scared, it gives you courage. When you want to give up, it reminds you quitting betrays everything you stand for. Write your why down. Make it specific, personal, so powerful that reading it months later brings tears and ignites your fire. The Stoics knew nothing great is built without a great reason. Your skills may falter, motivation may fade, circumstances may test you, but a deep, soul-stirring why will carry you through any storm. Don't just want to be resilient for something bigger than yourself. You've got 8 ways to shift from surviving pressure to thriving in it. But knowing isn't enough. Reading isn't enough. Understanding isn't enough. The only thing that matters is what you do with this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The same goes for resilience. Don't just think about it, become it. Your transformation doesn't start tomorrow or wait for perfect conditions. It starts now, with whatever pressure you face. That pressure isn't here to break you, it's here to forge you. Your classroom, your chance to prove yourself. The man who began this video and the one finishing it can be different men, but only if you choose to make it so. Start with one method, master it, then add another. Build resilience choice by choice, challenge by challenge, victory by victory. If these methods hit home, like this video, share it with someone who needs these words. Subscribe, because your journey to resilience is just beginning. The world needs more men who don't fold under pressure, men like you. Now, prove your strength. Write this final affirmation in the comments: I am resilient, and my journey to unbreakable strength starts now.